Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Greensboro City Council continues to evaluate funding priorities for the American Rescue Plan. This is based on U.S. Treasury guidance, council priorities, and an assessment of city and community economic recovery needs. In September 2021, city staff sought feedback from residents on their funding priorities, and based on the evaluation process, the city determined to give priority to the following projects: community asset renewal projects related to COVID-19 testing, facility maintenance needs, sustainability improvements, revenue loss replacement, and premium pay for city government staff. Equitable economic recovery projects relating to housing, public transit, nonprofits, support to businesses, impacted industries, and projects that have an emphasis on qualified census tracts. Additionally, funds will support large-scale community transformation projects which will make a significant impact or are related to broadband investments. To date, a total of $27 million has been approved for these focus areas. All of these projects account for 46% of funds made possible by the city's total $59.4 million ARP award. City Council will continue to evaluate city facility and community service needs as it reaches decisions on allocating the remaining $32 million in ARP funds to identify the most closely aligned with community needs and City Council priorities. For more information about this program and more details on approved projects, visit the city's website. The Human Rights Department released its annual report for the 2021-2022 fiscal year. The document is available online and summarizes the department's accomplishments from the previous year and looks forward to initiatives. The report details how the department added positions to facilitate public accommodations complaints and to help coordinate the 5 volunteer boards supported by the department. Readers of the annual report will appreciate the certification of 29 bilingual employees to provide language services to city departments, which saved $3,600 in translation costs. Certified city interpreters handled more than 5,500 interactions with community members, which saved more than $37,000 in interpretation costs. The Human Rights Department investigated 40 allegations of housing discrimination, resulting in complainants receiving $44,000 in damages. The charge of the Human Rights Department is to promote mutual understanding, respect, and fair treatment of all Greensboro residents without regard to race, color, national origin, religion, gender, age, disability, or familial status. For more information, visit the city's website or call the department at 336-373-2038. Greensboro City Manager Ty Gioba is hosting his second round of Talk with Ty listening sessions throughout this month. Residents are encouraged to attend, ask questions, and engage with the city manager in a civil and productive dialogue about topics such as the search processes for the police chief and public transit director. The city manager also welcomes input on the next budget and suggestions for housing and homelessness. The remaining listening session dates and locations are as follows, each taking place at 6 p.m. Monday, November 21st at Warnersville Recreation Center on Doak Street. Monday, November 28th at Leonard Recreation Center on Ballinger Road. And Wednesday, November 30th at Kathleen Clay Edwards Library on Price Park Drive. The first round of Talk with Ty included 10 sessions back in February and March, with 2 meetings hosted in each City Council district. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. My name is Jessica Jarvis, stroke response nurse at Cone Health. I'm here today to tell you about the signs and symptoms of stroke and how to prevent them. The number 1 risk factor for stroke is hypertension or high blood pressure, and it's preventable by eating a healthy diet, exercise, and taking the medications that are prescribed by your physician. Some of the other risk factors are managing your diabetes, your high cholesterol, and stopping smoking if you're a smoker. And those are all also preventable with healthy diet, exercise, and healthy lifestyle. Heredity is a risk factor, so if someone in your immediate family has had a stroke, you're at risk for a stroke. Also, you're at risk if you're African American, and also more women have strokes than men. FAST is a good acronym to help you remember the signs and symptoms of stroke. F is for face. You can ask the person to smile and see if their face droops. A is for arm. Have the person lift both of their arms to see if one arm drifts. S is for speech. When the person talks, you can see if their speech sounds slurred or strange. And T is for time. Time to activate 911 to get the person help as soon as possible. And EMS is the best way to do that. Treatment doesn't normally start with EMS, but they start gathering information that's important for us when they get the patient here to the hospital, as well as they are often able to notify us prior to the patient arriving to the hospital that they think the patient's having a stroke. We have a team called the stroke team that gets notified, and that includes myself and a neurologist and the ED team, and so we're able to get that patient treatment very quickly because we have a team that's focused on stroke. You should never take the person to the hospital yourself because it delays treatment. We see many people aren't able to have the treatments that we're able to provide because their family delayed in getting the person to the hospital. If you're ever concerned that a patient might be having a stroke, it's better to call 911 and get the patient to the hospital than to wait around and see if the symptoms get better, because usually they don't. It's important to act quickly when you think a person is having a stroke because most of our treatments are time sensitive. One medication that we use can only be given within a short amount of time, and many of our other treatments and surgical options are more effective if they're done quicker. I think the most important thing is for our community to know that stroke is a medical emergency. We like to call it a brain attack, so it's important for patients to get care as soon as possible and to call 911 so that they can get treatment as soon as they can. Thank you for joining me today. For more information about stroke prevention and treatment, go to conehealth.com/stroke. And just remember, for any signs and symptoms of stroke, act fast and call 911.
If you know an amazing Greensboro woman, nominations are open for the Tribute to Women, and another artist residency is coming up, plus calling all volunteers to help shoppers this holiday season. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro Commission on the Status of Women is seeking online nominations for the Ruth Wicker Tribute to Women exhibit. The public is encouraged to submit the names of women who have shaped their communities and made meaningful contributions to the city. Submissions will be accepted online today through January 2nd, 2023. A generous donation from the estate of Ruth Wicker made it possible for the Tribute to Women to be established in 2019 to honor the contributions and achievements of women in our community. The free exhibit resides in the Barber Park Event Center located at 1502 Barber Park Drive, and it's open Monday through Friday. To review the list of the inaugural nominees, please visit the city's website. The mission on the Commission on the Status of Women is to improve the quality of life for all women in Greensboro. For more information about the Commission, contact Liz Lennon in the Human Rights Department at 336-373-2038. The Greensboro Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities needs the community's support. This year marks the nonprofit's 37th annual Shoppers Day, taking place on December 1st at Four Seasons Town Center Mall. This one-of-a-kind free event will be in person for the first time since 2019. More than 950 people with moderate to severe disabilities are registered to participate. This holiday extravaganza, managed by more than 400 community volunteers, is an opportunity to learn, identify, and break down barriers in a positive way. Each shopper is provided assistance as they purchase gifts. Attendees will enjoy live musical performances, refreshments, a gift wrapping station, and a chance to meet the jolly old elf. All donations are given to participants so they can purchase gifts for their friends and family members. For more information about the Mayor's Committee for the Persons with Disabilities, visit the city's website or follow the group on Facebook. Creative Greensboro, the city's Office for Arts and Culture, is accepting new proposals for the next residency at the Stephen D. Hires Theater at the Greensboro Cultural Center. The priority application window is open until 5 p.m. on Thursday, December 15th. The residency at the Hires program provides free space for a month-long residency for dance, theater, music, and poetry projects led by Guilford County-based creative individuals and organizations. In addition to access to the 88-seat Black Box Theater for rehearsals and performances, resident artists will be offered support with materials, equipment, technical theater staff, marketing, and a $1,200 stipend. Creative Greensboro is especially interested in programs not already being offered, with a focus on engaging communities of color, low-income residents, or people with disabilities. Resident artists will be asked to cover the cost of any staffing required and provided by Creative Greensboro. This may include house management support, staff to operate sound and lighting equipment, or security for using the space after regular hours. For more information and to apply, visit the city's website. Preparing students for future success is the mission of a local nonprofit. Coming up after the break, find out how Shift Ed is changing lives of Guilford County school students. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Throughout the month of November, Shift Ed is celebrating the tremendous impact the organization is having in the lives of Guilford County school students. Joining me now to explain what success looks like from classroom to career is Elizabeth Paul. She is the Vice President of Donor Impact for Shift Ed. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hey,
always good to see you.
Yeah, thank you for having me back. Always fun.
Welcome back. Now, November is such an important month for Shift Ed. Tell us about Impact Month.
Okay, so most wonderful time of the year for us at Shift Ed, and I think a lot of nonprofits, but especially for us, we tend to get all of the data about all of the wonderful things that we've been doing in October. They come from the school district, so we can tell how our students are actually doing. And so when those come in October, November just seems like the most organic way to start celebrating all of the impact that we've had in the last school year. And so what you'll see from us is every Tuesday at Shift Ed in November is Giving Tuesday, and every Thursday is Thankful Thursday. And so throughout the month, we really have a great opportunity to communicate with our constituents, communicate with our students about the amazing things that not only they have helped us accomplish, but the things that we might be having come online in the coming years. So it's just a lot of fun to raise funds and awareness for a whole month.
Yeah, for a whole month. Very uplifting and so much that you have to spotlight. What are some of the most notable successes that you want to tell us about from the past year?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this past year we were working really hard to have a few new projects come online. Those will be coming. But I think the thing we're most proud about is we served very close to about 2,700 high school students.
Wow.
We served through workshops. Most of those are virtual, so we can reach as many people and not have to worry about accommodating transportation, things like that. Very beneficial. We also had 750-ish scholarships that we gave out this year, which we're extremely proud of. And we have officially rolled out our U-Science career assessments in all the middle schools in Guilford County. And those are really amazing ways for us to help test students, not only the things that they think they might like to do for a future career, but the things that they're good at that they may not know they're good at. So they're really amazing assessments, and we're really proud to be in every single middle school this year. So
very important.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah, very important age bracket, middle school, and we want our kids to start focusing early on future careers. Now, can students and parents have other things to look forward to this year?
Oh, yes, of course. We will actually be rolling out our HELPS tutoring expansion. So instead of being in, I think we started in just a handful of elementary schools, we are working very closely hand in hand with the district to try to get in all of the elementary schools. That won't happen overnight, but we will be expanding into a school near you. Another thing that will literally be rolling out, and I hate a pun, but I got to use one, we have created a mobile makerspace bus. That should be coming to a school near you, probably starting in January. So we take all of those wonderful U-Science career assessments. We look at what a student's aptitude might be, and we can identify clusters of students that might need to get their hands on some of this stuff. And when we find that out, we will bring the bus to your school, let those students have their hands on things like 3D printers or maybe drafting materials. There are lots of little cool carts that we'll pull out of the bus so that they can actually get a hands-on, minds-on opportunity to see, hey, would this be a good career choice for me? So we're really excited about that as well.
Oh, I love it. And you're taking it to the kids, which makes it even better.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how can the community get involved with all of these fantastic things through Shift Ed?
Well, there's lots of ways. I think probably during this month, sign up for our e-newsletters so you can hear more about the stuff that I probably forgot to mention because there's so many things going on. You can give on Giving Tuesdays. Obviously, the more resources we have, the more programming we can do, the more schools we can serve, and ultimately the more dollars in scholarship that we can provide to the Guilford County students. So that's one and probably the best way to help. Give your treasure. If you're able to give your time and your talent, we have lots of opportunities to volunteer. We have long waiting lists to do tutoring. So not only the HELPS literacy tutoring, but also virtual tutoring just in a variety of subjects. And then finally, if you just want to get out and move on Thanksgiving Day and then a couple of days next week, we will have some live in-person opportunities to volunteer for the Turkey Trot Race. We have been chosen, this is our third year, I believe, to be their charity of choice. We get a $25 donation for every single person that volunteers. So if you can't volunteer on race day, which is early Thanksgiving morning, and I know that's not everybody's favorite, there are opportunities, I believe, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for packet pickup. So if you could just come and give an hour or so of your time to help racers get all the materials they need for the race, we get a small donation, they get some exposure, and so it's a real win-win opportunity to volunteer. So all of those things are on our website. I'm hoping that whoever's out there listening today is going to come jump on some of those things, and we just need to get as many people involved as we can.
Perfect. All doable things for this week that we're celebrating Thanksgiving, so we want to make sure we're contributing to Thankful Thursday on the biggest day to be thankful.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how can viewers find out about everything? You mentioned your website.
So we're very active on all the social channels. We do have an interesting new brand. So we are Shift_Ed is our name, but if you're looking for us on the web, you have to do shift-ed.org. That will take you to our website. You can access our social channels from there, or you can just look for us at Shift Ed on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. We'll have postings and links to do all of these volunteer opportunities, to give, and we've even done some things to ask the community to maybe submit a story about why you support us or how we have impacted yours, your family's, or your students' life. So we're just looking for all manner of ways to engage with us, and you can find us on our website and all those places. So
fantastic. Well, Elizabeth, it's always exciting to hear about Shift Ed, but also knowing the amazing impact you're having on our students in Guilford County. So we look forward to seeing you next time and getting updates on everything that's happened since November.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Office of Community Safety, or OCS, is working to create a community-centered and safe Greensboro for all residents and visitors. This new office has been on the drawing board for several months under the guidance of Trey Davis, Assistant City Manager for Public Safety. Organizationally, OCS falls under the City Manager's Office. Letitia McNeil is the manager of OCS. Since joining the city in 2019, she served as Criminal Justice Administrator with the Greensboro Criminal Justice Advisory Commission, or GCJAC. McNeil said the Office of Community Safety sets the foundation to convene police, community, and city leadership to discuss crime, mental health, and the root causes of violence. This invites each stakeholder to be an active participant in solving problems that impact the entire community. GCJAC and 3 other sections make up the Office of Community Safety. The other 3 areas include Behavioral Health Response Team, Violence Prevention, and the Law Enforcement Assistance Diversion. Both of those programs are estimated to start in January 2023. For more information about OCS, such as its vision and mission statements, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars. Let's see what's happening on the town.
With the holiday season upon us, let's check out some of the fun things coming up on the town. The Greensboro Science Center's Winter Wonderlights display runs through New Year's Day. Enjoy a cutting-edge zoo light experience as you tour the decorated outdoor zones. Tickets are available at carolinascience.org. Piedmont Winterfest is open at LeBauer Park in downtown Greensboro. Enjoy ice skating and even curling through January 29th. Visit PiedmontWinterfest.com for tickets and schedule information. On Friday, December 2nd, the city becomes alive with the annual Festival of Lights. There's live entertainment in Center City Park starting at 5:30, which leads to the community tree lighting at 6:56. Enjoy music, food, and shopping as you stroll down Elm Street. See the list of vendors and activities at downtowngreensboro.org. The Greensboro Holiday Parade starts at noon, rain or shine, on Saturday, December 3rd. A city tradition for over 40 years, the parade features Macy's parade-style balloons, floats, dance teams, and marching bands. See the parade map at downtowngreensboro.org. And finally, bikers of all ages and skill levels are invited to the Greensboro Mountain Biking Experience on Sunday, December 4th at 1 p.m. at the Reedy Fork Trail. Need a bike? No problem. Just register for one online, but bring your own helmet, bike gloves, and water. Register on the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov. Tune in to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. A nationwide search resulted in Phil Fleischman being selected as the new director of the Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department. He will assume the role on December 1st. Fleischman returns to the City of Greensboro after spending more than 3 years as Director of Parks and Recreation for the town of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Previously, he served in several leadership roles with Greensboro Parks and Recreation, including Deputy Director and Community Recreation Services Division Manager. Fleischman began his career in Parks and Recreation with the City of Greensboro in 2001. In addition to his work in Greensboro and Chapel Hill, he has held Parks Department positions with the City of Raleigh and Mecklenburg County. Fleischman will continue to serve as an adjunct professor in the Department of Community and Therapeutic Recreation at UNC Greensboro. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO Shout Out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO Shout Out. This week's shout out goes to Guilford Works. The Office of Workforce Development hosted its Gear Up Adult Specialized Apprenticeship Program Roundtable at the NC Works Career Center in Greensboro. The roundtable provided a dynamic discussion about emerging opportunities for employment pathways supported through apprenticeships, along with the benefits and advantages for local employers. Guilford Works also hosted a furniture industry roundtable to discuss the possible challenges, solutions, and emerging opportunities for the furniture industry. This was a partnership with High Point Business Chamber, Guilford Technical Community College, and High Point Economic Development Corporation. For more information about workforce development, visit guilfordworks.org. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.